Y'all mean to tell me Pastor Jamal Bryant and his wife Karri Bryant are still making it on daytime television over lace nude dresses and an alleged BBL, not a sermon? Well, y'all better buckle up, because we are getting even more details about why Karri got her alleged BBL. And if y'all thought you've heard enough about Pastor Bryant and his wife, I promise you, you've heard nothing. We even now have other pastors walking into their church and getting kicked out for exposing them. Sheesh.
Wicked, you know, you take the name of God in vain, you go to hell.
Okay. Hey, sir, if you come back on this property, you're going to be arrested.
In vain,
Are we clear about that?
take the name of God in vain, you will go straight to hell.
Me and Jack. If y'all come back on this property, you're going to be arrested.
Straight to hell.
No. Make sure you record that.
Unless you repent, you will perish. Unless you repent, you will perish with your wicked, Jezebel, filthy, vile, naked whore of a first lady.
Okay, guys. For the past couple of days, Pastor Jamal and his wife have been on our timelines for the messiest reasons, and now people are dissecting every bit of their lives, including why they think Dr. Karri got her BBL, alleged BBL. Well, ideally, the allegation is that Pastor Jamal pushed his wife to get a BBL, and this is where people are coming from. See, Jamal Bryant has explicitly said in the past that he wants to repackage his church for the grown and sexy, and he has intentionally moved away from traditional conservative churchy aesthetics toward a more modern, high-fashion, and polished look. I mean, if the brand of the church is moving toward a secular-adjacent, glamorous aesthetic, the First Lady may feel a social or professional pressure to look like a video vixen or a red carpet star rather than a traditional choir mother, right? In this view, the BBL isn't just a personal choice, but a marketing tool to fit the new birth image. Literally. Basically, the sudden shift in her wardrobe from robes and suits to form-fitting gowns suggests a transition from being a woman of God to a celebrity wife. And boy, Karri has surely shown us things. Like, I'm sure y'all have not forgotten how recently she stepped to the 2025 UNCF Atlanta Mayor's masked ball at Signia by Hilton Atlanta in a flesh-colored dress with black lace detailing that led down to a large black bow around her legs. That look literally broke the internet, as people called it inappropriate and attention-seeking. However, her husband spoke directly to the critics during a fiery New Year's Eve service, which was shared on his and the church's Instagram pages. He was like, "I needed to get this straight. I needed to deal with it head-on because the other day, the internet went crazy about a dress my wife had on." Now, they didn't say anything about the $4 million that was raised for the United Negro College Fund. They never mentioned that she prayed until heaven came down. They never said anything about how this was the largest fundraiser for HBCUs in the country. But insecure, jealous, petty, small-minded people got in their feelings and set up a false barometer of holiness based off of a dress. Now you gotta help some people, because some people are going to embrace the full knowledge of ignorance without any assistance for understanding. The dress was not see-through. The dress was flesh color. I needed to set the record straight. I bought the dress, and I like it. I don't care whether you like it or not. She ain't married to y'all. She's married to me. Okay, Pastor. Okay. Now at the time, Dr. Turner Bryant appeared to be emotional as she smiled and nodded along as her husband spoke. And she also commented on his post, thanking him for speaking out, saying, "I love you, baby. Thank you. Not just for me, but for every woman who has experienced what I continue to walk through. Your words have been like a healing salve to my heart, and your arms like a warm bath. Not a day passes that you don't affirm who I am and how much you love. You are him. Thank you for always covering me." Oh, and by the way, they also did a couple of interviews just to address the controversy. Regardless,
people have said, oh, you know, she knew it would get this reaction. My ego is not that big. Wow. I don't dress for people. I dress for myself and for my husband. I am a wife. Yeah. I'm a wife, I'm a daughter, I have a doctorate, I'm a professor. There are plenty of things that I do. And the challenge is we often want to see a woman be one-dimensional. I am multi-dimensional.
Dr. Turner Bryant faced backlash on social media as some people incorrectly called her dress sheer and questioned its appropriateness, since she is a pastor's wife. People claimed it was see-through and unbecoming of a first lady of a church, with some internet commentators accusing her of being half-naked and lacking modesty. We even had other ministers like Bishop Patrick Wooden commenting and saying that it was totally inappropriate.
Our objection to a man of the cloth presenting his wife in public looking like a $2 whore. Two. At least two. Now, I didn't say she was. I'm not talking about her. My statement is not about her. My statement is about him. I said he presented his wife, and he said he bought the dress. Those are his words, not mine. There is nothing classy about that. There's nothing modest about that. He said we haven't been anywhere. What I would like to know is where have you been? Where did he go? So I'll make sure that I never go there.
Well, this has been part of the debate about what Dr. Karri has been doing in order to stay married to Pastor Jamal, especially since he said he is the one who bought the dress. People are out here questioning what else he has pushed for, and wondering whether he is the one who championed for that alleged BBL. And of course, Pastor Jamal's messy past doesn't help things. There's the issue of infidelity that has always come up when it comes to Pastor Bryant, and people are saying that more often than not, a woman marrying a man with a history of chronic infidelity might feel an intense, subconscious pressure to maintain an extreme level of physical attractiveness to keep his attention. So, maybe the surgery is a defensive move to ensure she remains his last lady. See, Jamal was previously married to Giselle from Housewives in 2002, but the math was never mathing because he had a daughter with another woman, Crystal Madison, in 1998, right around the time he and Giselle were supposedly starting their relationship. Actually, while married to Giselle, with whom he has 3 daughters, Bryant admitted his immaturity led to his affairs, and he famously said he was more concerned with saving his career than saving his marriage. Well, in 2020, they briefly reconciled on The Real Housewives of Potomac, but rumors of continued slinging of his Big D made rounds in Atlanta and led to another split in 2021. Remember, this is someone who also made a cameo on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, where it was alleged that Jamal Bryant was the man saved in Phaedra Parks' phone as Chocolate while she was still married to Apollo Nita.
All right, this was like one of the worst filming experiences of my life. My castmate at the time, Phaedra Parks, she and her husband Apollo were going through like all kind of craziness in their marriage. Apollo was good friends with my husband, Peter. Apollo told Peter that Phaedra was cheating on him with a guy named Mr. Chocolate. You can't make this stuff up. And then, of course, the producers were like, well, you have to tell the girls. So I'm like, oh my God.
I mean, I could just put it on the table, but if we're not really gonna put it on the table, then it is what it is.
I'm like so stressed out about it. I don't like it.
Let me just go ahead and put everything on the table.
I'm literally praying for like a power outage. Anything to happen so I don't have to say this. I'm getting like text on my phone and people in the corner with the teleprompter like, drop the bomb, drop the bomb, drop the bomb, bring up Mr. Chocolate. So finally I'm like,
Oh, Jamal has also been quite popular in the pop culture streets, as he dated the singer Tweet starting in 2016, who, by the way, later expressed disillusionment with his organized religion after their breakup. Notice how Bryant has a documented preference for women who are high-profile, glamorous, and physically striking, from Giselle Bryant to Phaedra Parks and R&B singer Tweet. To a lot of people, it totally makes sense why Karri would want to change her appearance to fit that aesthetic. Well, with everything that has been happening, we also have other people saying that they have a hard time taking Jamal seriously as a pastor based on his other controversies. For instance, as much as in 2012, Pastor Bryant was criticized for calling homosexuality a sin and an alternative rebellion. In recent years, particularly after taking over New Birth Missionary Baptist Church, he has moved toward a more inclusive, social justice gospel. He often emphasizes that the church should be a hospital for everyone and has focused more on political and economic empowerment for the Black community than on policing orientation. Then again, in 2022, Pastor Bryant also sparked a massive firestorm by suggesting that he wanted to grow medical marijuana on church land to help Black farmers and fund church initiatives. Let's also not forget that in 2013, a massive scandal erupted when Ebony magazine reported that Jamal Bryant had fathered fathered a child with a 17-year-old member of his congregation. In response, Bryant wrote a scathing open letter to Ebony, stating that while he did have a baby out of wedlock during that time, it was with an adult, and he accused the magazine of reckless endangerment of his family and congregation. For reference, he has 6 known children with 4 women. His first daughter, born to Crystal Madison, and this birth, happened right as he was starting his relationship with Giselle. He has 3 daughters with his ex-wife, Giselle Bryant, and their marriage ended in 2009 after his repeated sausage rocket allegations became public. There's the daughter from a congregation member and a son born to a Los Angeles masseuse named LaToya Odom. By the way, LaToya accused Bryant of asking her to terminate the pregnancy. Also, since Bryant took over New Birth Missionary Baptist Church, rumors have persisted that he fathered yet another offspring with a member of the Atlanta congregation. And during a heated episode of The Real Housewives of Potomac, cast member Monique Samuels famously brought a binder of receipts, alleging Bryant was slinging his big D all over Atlanta and had fathered a baby with a woman named Tanya Griffin.
But he's definitely been talking to another woman, and it's clear conversations. And if you'd like to see him, I got him in my little receipt book right here.
I don't have any reaction to that.
Well, then you can just go ahead and have this. He's always asking about her schedule. He's sending screenshots to her whenever he's doing his little church tours.
How do you know those texts are real?
You want me to call out his phone number? I'm sure she knows what his phone number is.
What's your motivation behind that?
410 Jamal Bryant.
Is that his phone number?
Yeah, that's his phone number.
So yeah, a lot of people are saying that Pastor Jamal Bryant is not one to take seriously. And like I said, we even have people suggesting that Jamal may have forced his wife to get that alleged BBL. I mean, Jamal, being a man who clearly appreciates a stacked aesthetic, as evidenced by his high-profile exes, may have nudged or even pressured Karri into the Barbie look to better fit the grown and sexy brand of new birth. Maybe her sudden shift from a more traditional, modest, ministerial look to wearing nude illusion gowns and form-fitting spandex is her trying to keep up with a partner who has a documented history of dangle-lang wandering with a preference to a certain aesthetic. Basically, the BBL isn't just cosmetic, it's a survival tactic, or a stay-at-home insurance policy intended to satisfy a husband who historically finds his eyes drifting toward the nearest, curvy, chocolate distraction. However, on the other hand, there is a very strong argument that this entire BBL narrative is nothing more than baseless internet fan fiction, rooted in misogyny and respectability politics. Supporters of Dr. Karri Turner point out that she is a highly educated woman with a master's and a doctorate in divinity, not some trophy wife who needs to be validated. Her supporters are saying that the BBL talk often surfaces whenever a woman in the spotlight has curves and chooses to wear fitted clothing, effectively punishing her for her natural figure, and that all this talk is just total BS. I don't know, guys. At the end of the day, Jamal and Karri are giving us real housewives of new birth. Whether it's a BBL, a nude dress, or a progressive stance on LGBTQIA+ marriages, they are clearly giving us a show. But you know what? Let me know whether you believe Jamal may have directly or indirectly pressured his wife into getting a BBL in the comments section below.